Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen wa salatu wassalamu ala ashrafil mursaleen Sayyidina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. So tonight inshallah, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala, we'll be talking about another name, which is Al-Mu'min. One of the names of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is Al-Mu'min. And it was mentioned one time in the Quran, again in Surah Al-Hashr. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned the word or the name Al-Mu'min with Al-Salam, with Al-Quddus, Al-Muhaymin. So these names are at the end of Surah Al-Hashr. And Al-Mu'min has two meanings. Wallahu ta'ala a'lam. The first meaning is, everyone knows that Al-Mu'min is the believer. The meaning of Mu'min is the believer or the one who believes. And this meaning applies to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala believes in himself. He testifies to himself or for himself. He testifies for his oneness and for the truthfulness of his religion, truthfulness of his messengers, of his message to humanity. So that's why in the Quran we have in Surah Ali Imran, شهد الله أنه لا إله إلا هو. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala يشهد على نفسه ويشهد على وحدانيته. ومن أعظم شهادة من الله. يعني who is greater in testimony than Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? No one can be greater than Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in his testimony. So he testified for himself, he testified for his oneness, and he believes in himself, he believes in his oneness subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is the first meaning of al-mu'min. So and then through this meaning, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, as I said, he is able to grant and provide proofs for the truthfulness of his religion. يعني الله سبحانه وتعالى يعطي لعباده الأدلة. يعني الله سبحانه وتعالى لم يتركنا هملا، لم يخلقنا عبثا ويتركنا بغير هداية. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala did not leave us without guidance. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has established many proofs for the truthfulness of his religion subhanahu wa ta'ala. دلائل العقل, the proofs of reason. دلائل الفطرة, the natural disposition. We all feel, this is part of our fitrah, part of our nature, that there is a supreme being, a grand designer who designed this universe. It didn't come by itself. It's impossible. So this is part of our nature as a human being. Even those who are denying the existence of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, those who claim that they are atheists, many of them, they actually, when you talk to them, when you have a discussion with them, they said, I'm not really an atheist, I am an agnostic. Agnostic yani someone who is not sure if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala exists or not. So deep inside they might believe that there must be someone who created this universe. Because this universe is full of beauty. There is a wonderful design in this. Look at yourself. Look at yourself, ya ikhwan. Look at the baby, and the baby growing in the womb of his mother, and then coming out to this world and growing step by step until he becomes a man, then he becomes an old man, and then he passes away. So there is an amazing design in this universe. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created, he spread the proofs of his wahdaniyya subhanahu wa ta'ala, of his oneness and his qudra and his power in this universe. You just look at around you and you see everything. Everything is a proof for his existence subhanahu wa ta'ala. So and that's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in the Quran, نُرِيهِمْ آيَاتِنَا فِي الْآفَاقِ. We will surely show them our signs in the horizons. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has fulfilled his promise. And this ayah, ikhwan, is amazing ayah, because it is, every generation would understand this ayah based on their background and their knowledge. The Arabs at that time, they had a limited knowledge at the time of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala invited them to look at the camels, the creation of the camels, to look at the sky. It's easy for them, they have easy access to this. Look at the mountains and how they are firm on this earth. But people who live at this time have more access to knowledge. They know about galaxies, they know about stars, they know about planets, they know about many things. Actually, the advancement that took place in this in this age is something that is amazing. That we who live at this time, we don't fully understand, the details of this knowledge that is available about astronomy, about physics, about this universe. But we still have access, and we can easily understand if we listen to someone who is talking about astronomy, about galaxies, about the sky, the beauty of the sky. We can understand and we can relate, because we live at this age, we are part of this society. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has shown us, we the people who live at this time, even though we did not witness the revelation of the book, al-Wahy, but we have the book available between us, alhamdulillah. We have easy access to the book of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and we can see, we can relate, we can establish a connection between this ayah in which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, سَنُرِيهِمْ آيَاتِنَا فِي الْآفَاقِ, and between the production or the outcomes of knowledge and science that is available nowadays in universities and scientific institutions. So through all these things, we have to use, as believers, as mu'mins, we need to use all these things to solidify and empower our iman. And as I said, as I told you, there are many scientists who deep down, they believe that, this universe must have been created by a supreme power. But nowadays, they are shy. They don't want to talk about it within academic circles, because they feel like if they talk about it, they will be regarded as retarded. People who are still thinking, in the old ways. It's not befitting for them who live at this age and time to talk about God, the concept of God. Actually, those who talk about intelligent design in this universe these days are being harassed, being other people trying to, push them away, and some of them lost their job. There is a Jew, a scientist, I forgot unfortunately his name. He has a documentary that was done around 6-7 years ago in the state. And the documentary, you can check it out. It's between intelligent design and evolution. So intelligent design versus evolution. And in this documentary, he proved that there are many scientists who lost their job because they were promoting the idea or the concept of intelligent design, because they believe that if you talk about intelligent design, that means you talk about God, and then one of them, he said it's in the documentary, a scientist who is against this concept of intelligent design. He said if we accept this idea, then we the next day will open a masjid, a mosque in the university, or a temple, or a church. So that means we will be promoting religions. This is what they don't want. And that's why some of them, as I said, some of them lost their job because they were promoting the other concept. There is no freedom. So he was trying to prove that there is no, the freedom that they are talking about in this society, Western society, does not really exist. This is what he was trying to prove. As long as if you are in the other side, then you can, of the wall, you can think and you can be creative and have the freedom to think. But if you are on the other side of the wall, then you will be harassed, or you will be fired from your job, or you are not allowed to talk about or express your opinions. The second meaning of al-mu'min, ya ikhwan, is the one who gives and grants security and peace. So the best translation of al-mu'min would be the giver of security, because al-mu'min here is coming, in this meaning, is coming from al-aman. And al-aman is security and safety. That's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said about Quraysh, الَّذِي أَطْعَمَهُم مِّن جُوعٍ وَآمَنَهُم مِّن خَوْفٍ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is reminding the people of al-Haram, He was reminding the people of Quraysh, that you should worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, your creator, who fed your hunger, provided food for you, and also secured your fears. And when you think about it, that place is very secure compared with the rest of the part of the world, the rest of the world. Yes, there are things that happened in the past, but compared with what happened in the rest of the world, that area is very secure. Yani Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has chosen Mecca, has chosen the best place for His Kaaba, for His house. Why? Because if you think about it, can you think of any power, foreign power, who was able to invade the land and establish themselves there? Can you think of the Romans or the Persians or the French or the British who were able to invade that area, the area of Mecca, the surrounding area and the Arabian Peninsula in general? The British, they were able to reach Oman, Yemen, the south of Yemen, maybe Bahrain and some places. But there were we know of no power, foreign power, that was able to come and control the city of Mecca or surrounding areas. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has provided the people of that area with security, with aman. And so He's the source of security, إخوان. يعني إذا تبحث عن الأمن, if you're looking for الأمن والسلامة, you cannot find it in someone else beside Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He's the sole provider of security. ولا تضيع يعني وقتك في هذه الحياة. Don't waste your time thinking about فلان or علان or so. If you have a problem, the first thing you need to do is think about the power of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the help of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the mercy of Allah. Make dua, go back to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala before you think about so and so ولا علان ولا فلان ولا. No, think about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala first. That's why Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam has taught us some beautiful du'as. There are some of them that we need to say them every day, because they help us to secure our fears and remove our worries. We all have worries, ya ikhwan. We all have fears. We are humans. We have children. We have future to think about. We have jobs. We worry about them, about losing them. We have businesses. We worry about them, right? We have many things. I mean, we are humans. We're all the same. We all think the same way. No one is different here on this planet of Earth. Whether we are Muslims or Muslims, we all have the same emotions, the same fears, the same worries. And then that's why Rasulullah ﷺ, as I said, has taught us some beautiful du'as. We need to use them, ya ikhwan, and memorize them. And even if we are not able to memorize them, they are available. Everyone has a smartphone. You go to the application, Hacene al-Muslim, the fortress of the Muslim, and you look for morning and evening supplications. أذكار الصباح والمساء. You will find some beautiful du'as. One of them, يتكلم عن الأمن. One of them. And one of the mashayikh, he said, Sheikh Muhammad al-Urayfi, he said, this du'a is my best friend in this life. This is what he said about this du'a. But we don't need the comment of Sheikh Muhammad al-Urayfi, because this is the sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, and we believe in what Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam told us, right? Yes. So he said in this, he used to say alayhi salatu wasalam, في الصباح والمساء, يعني in the morning and the evening, اللهم إني أسألك العفو والعافية في الدنيا والآخرة. اللهم إني أسألك العفو والعافية في ديني ودنياي وأهلي ومالي. اللهم استر عوراتي وآمن روعاتي. آمن روعاتي. Here coming, he's al-mu'min. He's the one who is able to secure your fears. Amin rawati means, oh Allah, secure my fears or remove my worries. And He is able to do that because He is al-mu'min. وآمن روعاتي. اللهم احفظني من بين يدي ومن خلفي وعن يميني وعن شمالي ومن فوقي وأعوذ بعظمتك أن أغتال من تحتي. This is a beautiful dua, ya ikhwan. Protection from every direction. So the meaning of this dua, اللهم إني أسألك العفو والعافية في الدنيا والآخرة. Oh Allah, I ask you for protection and well-being in this dunya and al-akhirah. Oh Allah, I ask you for protection and well-being concerning the affairs of my religion, في ديني ودنياي, and the affairs of my livelihood, my business, my income, في ديني ودنياي, وأهلي, and my family, وأهلي ومالي, and my wealth. Allahumma astur awrati, O Allah, conceal my shortcomings, my mistakes. We all have mistakes. No one is perfect, right? But we don't want our mistakes to be exposed. No one likes for people to be talking, everyone to be talking about his mistakes, right? Or his sins or his shortcomings. كل الناس تحب السترة ولا لا؟ أنا غلطان؟ كل الناس, everyone likes to be Mastur. You know what does mastur mean? Mastur, yani no one is talking about him or about his family or about his issues he has. This is a concern, a human concern. Everyone has this concern. That's why Rasulullah ﷺ is including it in this beautiful dua. Allahumma astur awrati. Awra, of course, could mean another thing. Private part, here it doesn't mean the private part. It could be included, but mainly he means what? Shortcomings, mistakes. Even though we know Rasulullah ﷺ was a perfect human being, you know, as a human being, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and his mistakes were really limited. He did some miscalculations, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala corrected him, so we can learn from this, this incident, because he was still a human being, chosen and selected, and a prophet and messenger, but still, he was a human being. If Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent to us an angel, then we cannot relate to him. We say he's an angel, he's perfect, we cannot be like him. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent to us what? A human being like us. He eats, he drinks, he relieves himself, he sleeps, gets married, he had issues with his wife, he had family, he had children, a human being like us, عليه الصلاة والسلام. But هو أفضلنا أفضل البشر عليه الصلاة والسلام. He's the best human that walked on the surface of this earth, عليه الصلاة والسلام. So that's why he's a human being here, talking about his fears. He had fears too. He had children, he was concerned about them. He had Fatima, he had Zainab, he had Ruqayya, he had Kulthum. He had young children, young boys who passed away. So he's a human being like us. Allahumma astur awrati wa amin rawati. Oh Allah, secure my fears. Allahumma ahfadni min bayni yaday. Oh Allah, protect me from the front and from the back, from the right side, from the left side, from above. وأعوذ بك أو بعظمتك أن أغتال من تحتي. I seek refuge in your greatness to be stricken from beneath me. واحد يمشي هيك, you're walking in the grass and there is a snake there. You don't see it. نسأل الله السلامة والعافية, right? So you're seeking refuge in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala from being stricken from beneath. From every direction. This is a very beautiful dua, very comprehensive. It includes many problems, many issues, security against many issues, many problems. لا أطيل عليكم. جزاكم الله خيرا. بارك الله فيكم. نلتقي في الأسبوع القادم إن شاء الله.